Good morning. It is September the 9th, pretty close to 7 o'clock, within a minute or two. And that's enough said about that. The adventure called Make the Sound Work in Australia has been concluded. We now have a sound. Good morning, Brian. And how's
Morning,
things
guys.
down under?
It's going great here. Wonderful spring day. It's all blooming and starting to happen to keep all of you Americans nice and enthusiastic during your winter months.
Well, yeah, anytime I need like a lift me up, a spirit lift me up, I'll just go to the Fusion Tourism and look at the webcam and see the sunny day, because it's coming up spring well, you're at the end of spring coming into summer. And so that will lift my spirits, I'm sure. So, again, it's September the 9th, the Guy Cook Report Friday Wrap-Up. And basically, Friday Wrap-Up, I think it's pretty much a summary of the week's what's going on. And in order to accomplish that, let's get to the notes and we'll have a shorter show as a result. On Monday, on the 5th, Happy Monday, we've been doing a theme sort of called Refresh the Routine. And so in order to refresh the routine, the first thing we did was to talk about Freedom Camp and their link for the celebration of the 25th year of Linux operating system. So they gave us a link for 25 facts about Linux, not the software, but just the whole big umbrella that's called Linux, including the fact that Linux Torvald gets paid $10 million a year by the Linux Foundation to keep that project alive. The other link was there's a marketer's guide to content creation, and that talks about 5 different things you can do towards making your relevant and effective content based on your business goals. You've already got your goals set up, you know what those are. So try to develop content that's in tune with that, okay? Because if you do, everybody wins. You're going to have good content. And so go and look at the show notes, which as always are available at theguyarcookreport.podbean.com. We'll have a link there. And just breaking news, we'll probably have a link to the video as well, the one that we record and we'll eventually upload into YouTube, but we'll also have it on the blog. We're going to give that a go and try to have the link there. Won't make any promises beyond that. If you go to the show notes, click on the link, you'll get to the page and you'll see the video up at the top of the page. Tuesday, SEO Tips Tuesday, and this was the undoing of my adventures in life, to be honest. There's a lady, Teresa Lista, which is the name of a person who's a writer at Search Engine Watch. And if I mangled the name beyond incredibility, I'm very sorry. But that's the way it's spelled and the way I got the translation. Do you see what I mean, Brian? It's not an easy name to say.
No, it's not.
They shouldn't make it that much of a challenge. It should be like Jane Doe, her pen name, and then her mom calls her real name, but the rest of the world knows her as Jane Doe, and she writes good articles. And this article is 12 video SEO tips that she's put together. And one of them was number 9, create a video sitemap. So yours truly has been wrestling with how do you make a video sitemap. And so far I've failed. I've got a screenshot of the syntax that says URL set, the URLs, each individual videos, it's got the title, the description, so forth. All the elements are in there. It's not making me happy. I'm not getting that to work. So, video sitemap, buyer beware. Wednesday, September the 7th, the Guy Cook Report, what's on our mind? Guess what? Video online and video sitemaps in the same. And those links in the show notes go to developers.google.com, and the subtitles there on how to make your video presentation on the web work for you the best. It's an introduction to video marketing and the basic tips all the way down to common video indexing pitfalls. I know there are some pitfalls because I've been jumping in one. So give that a go. and learn about video and using it on your site. You can have it. You can't ignore the fact that YouTube's the second most popular search engine in the world. When people want to get a how-to, they're going to go to YouTube. Okay, but if you want to drive traffic to your site, make the canonical link, the source link for your video, be on your site. That being said, Thursday, September the 8th, almost like it was yesterday, right? We talked about the blog tips that we gave out from last Thursday's show, which had 10 different get back in the zone with B2B and some articles to read. And I took 2 of those, which are really, I hate to call them pick of the litter, but they quite honestly are. The first one, and they're both contained in the same link from Marketo, and that's in the show notes, is a link to an ebook on how to unlock the full potential of your customer base. Now, I used to go to a forum back in the 90s, and basically they said there, what you need to do is take your customers, your frequent flyers, and make them into evangelists for your brand, so that they're going to say, oh, there's good stuff here, I'm going to share it with my peeps. And that's winning. And so how do you unlock the full potential of that? You go into your ebook and read it and learn how to do that. The other one is 5 ways to boost your B2B sales through LinkedIn social selling. Now, LinkedIn, without a doubt, LinkedIn is the place to be for B2B. So if you're going to do, we'll pick on Tourism Fusion, or Fusion Tourism. Sorry about that.
Me.
Okay. If you have a business page on LinkedIn, it's to recruit like-minded businesses to use your content rather than requesting B2C engagements or customers to come in and share their stories. You'll do that probably on Facebook or Twitter or something like that. But if you want to have businesses in the tourism industry, like you're going to schedule your flight on Alaska Airlines. You can tell that by Seattle. On Australian Airlines, is that Qantas? I think it is Qantas.
Yep.
Yeah. So you might engage with Qantas on LinkedIn and say, hey, we're doing some tourism stuff. Do you got any ads you'd like to put in here? And so there you have it. So hopefully this Friday wrap-up has worked. And on that note, I'm going to thank everyone that joined us today. And the show notes and the chat and the viewers that are both logged in and the viewers that, as you know, didn't have to get a ticket to come in and would welcome you just equally on that. Of course, you won't be able to give us a donut with sprinkles, but I don't like sprinkles anyway, so that's okay. And so thanks to Fraser Ramsey. The reason we thank Fraser Ramsey, one Thursday afternoon, just in an idle chat, Brian, I'm just sitting here just like you and I, Fraser says, hey, what do you think about this logo for the Geyer Cook Report? No, for the Cook Report. That's what he wanted to call it. And so he sent the graphic along. And I'd already bought this background you see behind my chair to hide the clutter. And I said, okay, that works. I'll do it. I've been planning to do a podcast, and that was back January 4th, I think was the first episode. And he goes, wait, I was just asking a what if, And I said, no, this is going to work. So then we did an SEO. The Cook Report, nah. Can't be that. It's got to be the Geyer Cook Report. Because if we're Cook Report, we're on like page 14. Like Qantas will never be airlines you can fly on because they'll get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So thanks to Fraser, thanks to Eileen, who gave us the clues about Screencast-O-Matic, she told us about a number of things. She's got a website, basicblogtips.com. Give that a go. Have you been there? That's a good one.
Yes. Thank you, Eileen.
She's got a number of guest bloggers in there that give out tips and tricks on making your blog work better performance. I keep scouring the basic blog tips, hoping to find the video sitemap, but we know that's another quest I'm on. Anyway, thanks to everyone in the world that gives us space for our audio. Thanks to iTunes and Stitcher and Spreaker and all those places. Thanks to YouTube for the space for the video, and invite you to check out our video. And also thanks to Friends Just Chatting. It's now a Facebook group. When Blab went away, it became a group on Facebook So you can find out where the friends are just chatting. It's a private group, and good go. It's a good group of people. There's some knowledge shared there that I will have to confess I've walked away some pearls from that oyster. And so, anything else to add? Any news?
No news is good news, Guy.
Okay. As they said, no news is good news. Thanks again to everyone that joined us today. Thanks, Brian, for being the guest host. And on that note, I'm going to say those 3 magic words. No, I'm not going to say freeze your face like I did the other day. We know just not to look away. But then I'm going to say it's a wrap.